All right, here's how you're going to set up the Foam Daddy cannon for everyone that's been asking. That is the cannon itself. First thing you're going to start with is the tripod. Tighten it right there when you open it up. I personally lay it sideways because the cannon itself can be heavy to lift up on top. So if you lay it down on its side and there is just a little pole that goes into the other pole, put it on there and then you're just going to stand it up. I am not the strongest person in the world, but I got enough strength to do that. All right, here we go. Stand it up. There we go. Beautiful. Look at that pure strength, like a gazelle. Smoothness. All right, so now you've got your cannon set up. You're going to just tighten all that stuff a little bit. One thing I didn't realize while making this video, I actually have the cannon pointing the wrong way. So when I turn it on, I realized last minute. Okay, so next thing we're going to get, now that yours is set up, is your power box little cord thing. It's got 3 outlets on there. There's a button on it that you push to turn on the pump. You're going to plug in the pump to it, and you're going to plug in the actual machine to it. So there's a cord going from the Foam Daddy and a cord going from the pump. Both of those need to be plugged into that and plugged into an extension cord. There we go. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so once those are both plugged in, there's a button on there that turns on to already go ahead and activate the pump. Pretty easy. Next step is going to be screwing the hose from the pump into the side of the Foam Daddy machine. That's what gets the water flowing through there. There's just a little nozzle on the side that you screw that on. Pretty quick and easy. This does get twisted the way I do it. I don't have very much hand strength from a carpal tunnel surgery, so I typically have to go then and untwist the cord because of the way I do it. There's your pump. Now that pump is going to be submerged in water the whole time. You want to make sure anytime the pump is running, it is fully submerged. This is your little barricade that you put in front of the machine because you don't want all of the foam coming back on the machine because there is electrical stuff back there. Most of this can be around water, but you just want to get that little barricade to put up to stop the extra foam from flying backwards. You're going to want 2 trash cans. That's because you're going to put the pump in you're going to fill it up with water and solution and put the pump down in there. You want to have a second one that can then be filling so that when it's time to switch, you're not waiting for a trash can to refill with water. You've got 2 to switch in and out. So I would typically fill this trash can up with water. And then this is a 32-gallon trash can. And then this is going to be your Foam Daddy concentrate solution that you make. And I do about 2 to 3 pints of that solution per full trash can. I'm not going to do that today because I don't want to run all of that or waste the solution. So that's just showing you that. You're going to have 2 trash cans filled with water and solution so you can rotate back and forth without having to stop the party. For today, I just have a bucket of pre-made solution that's small so I can show you how it actually works. But typically at a job, you're going to have your 2 trash cans, your bucket of solution, your hose going so that you can keep 2 trash cans full at the whole time, at the entire time. Okay, there's my bucket of pre-made solution. You just submerge the pump down into it. You want to make sure, like I said, that the bottom of the pump is always fully submerged in water so it doesn't burn out. You turn it off when it starts to run out and you're going to switch. Okay, now that it's down in there, camera readjustment. Then you're going to turn on, here's the mistake I made. You're going to plug that in, make sure it's plugged into the extension cord, and you're going to turn that on. Now, I'm a newbie, so I forgot that when I turn that on, the pump automatically starts, but the foam machine is not on. So when I turn it on, and then I just realized I have it facing the wrong way. So this is what happens if you have the pump running, but not the machine on. You see how all that foam solution just comes out the end? What am I doing here? Haven't figured it out yet. Oh no, troubleshooting. What's going on? What am I doing wrong? Oh wait, Emily, you got to turn the actual machine on. There's a power button right there on the side. There we go. Eureka. Now, there we go. Blowing foam. We've got it. It would take me about 3 minutes to fill up my backyard area with foam. You do not want to run this all the time. You will just burn through solution. So you're going to fill up that area the first 2 or 3 minutes. Then you're going to turn the machine off and let the kids kind of play in it a little bit, let it die down. And then I turn it back on for about a minute. That is how you run this machine. It's super easy. Ask me any questions you've got.